Get ready for the biggest NBA news you need to know right now. We are kicking things off with the Clippers and the Giannis Antetokounmpo saga finally looking like it's heading toward a conclusion before the next season. We break down exactly what trade assets the Los Angeles Clippers possess right now, analyzing how their draft capital, including that number 5 pick, positions them to make a very competitive bid for the Greek superstar. We look at the specific first-round picks they can trade, the young players they can attach through sign-in trades, and the financial flexibility they have to make this pursuit happen. This is huge for the Antetokounmpo chase.
Stop using your finger for notes, sketches, and edits. This Jam Jake stylus pen gives your iPad a smoother, more precise writing feel with palm rejection so your hand can rest naturally on the screen. It charges fast, works for hours, and comes with replacement tips. Perfect for school, work, or creative projects. Check the link in the comments to grab it on Amazon.
Next up, we turn our attention to Portland and the Trail Blazers, because they are quietly sitting on what Milwaukee actually needs to move forward. We dive deep into the proposed trade package that Eric Pincus outlined, showing you exactly what Milwaukee would receive if they were to acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo. We examine the centerpiece of this deal, Shedon Sharpe, and how pairing him with Scoot Henderson provides Milwaukee with 2 high-upside building blocks under 22. We break down the entire draft capital haul, including the first-rounders and swap rights, and why this package is far more competitive than other offers out there. The pressure is mounting because Giannis himself has issued an ultimatum to the Milwaukee Bucks ownership, forcing the franchise to seriously consider a trade or a contract extension. We are dissecting the 6 potential trade packages that analysts are putting together right now, looking at the specific assets the Bucks would receive, including players like Tyler Herro and Kel'el Ware, and the draft picks they'd secure. We also look at the framework for a potential trade to the Miami Heat, analyzing how Giannis could join Taurean Prince and what the salary matching looks like in that scenario. This is a massive off-season pivot. Finally, we look at the ultimate move the Bucks must make using their number 10 overall pick to convince Giannis to stay right here in Wisconsin. We explore why the 2025-26 season showed the team's struggles and why the front office needs to stop playing it safe. We examine why targeting Devin Booker is the perfect trade, how Booker solves Milwaukee's offensive woes, and what signaling that move communicates directly to Giannis about the urgency of the moment. Don't miss out on this critical analysis. Stay with us for all the updates. The pursuit of Giannis Antetokounmpo is heating up, with reports suggesting the Milwaukee Bucks are actively listening to trade offers between now and the NBA draft. Sports Illustrated indicates that the Los Angeles Clippers could present a highly competitive package for the Greek superstar, leveraging assets acquired through their number 5 NBA draft lottery pick. Heading into the draft, the Clippers possess significant draft capital, including the ability to trade 4 first-round picks, which could encompass the 5th overall selection this season, along with future first-rounders such as the 2029, 2031, and 2033 picks, alongside potential pick swaps. While the Bucks are expected to secure substantial draft assets, the Clippers' strategy hinges on financial flexibility. By moving on from players like Brook Lopez and Bogdan Bogdanovic, the Clippers have cap space, allowing them to potentially take back more salary than they distribute, a factor that could appeal to the Bucks looking to shed salary. To bridge the salary gap needed to match Antetokounmpo's $58.4 million, the Clippers could utilize sign-in trades involving free agents Benedict Mathurin and John Collins, bolstered by new contract extensions. Additional salary matching could involve players like Derek Jones Jr., Chris Dunn, and Isaiah Jackson. However, a key constraint is timing. The Clippers cannot execute trades involving the 4 first-round picks until the draft, suggesting that sign-in trades might need to wait until the start of free agency. Analysts suggest the Clippers may not need to present the ultimate offer. If Antetokounmpo desires a partnership with Darius Garland and Kawhi Leonard, he could be willing to join the Clippers. The Clippers are positioned as an ideal middle ground, offering a combination of draft capital and the potential to contend with Antetokounmpo, positioning them as a viable destination alongside other suitors like Golden State, Miami, Boston, and New York. The Portland Trail Blazers have quietly assembled a compelling trade package for Giannis Antetokounmpo, positioning them as a serious contender in the ongoing speculation surrounding the superstar's next destination. While attention has focused on established teams like Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Miami, Minnesota, and Cleveland, Portland is reportedly offering Milwaukee Bucks exactly what they need: young, blue-chip talent coupled with a significant surplus of draft capital. According to analysis from Bleacher Report, the proposed trade framework is highly attractive to the Bucks. Portland would receive Giannis Antetokounmpo. In return, Milwaukee would acquire Scoot Henderson, Shedon Sharpe, Kris Murray, and Matisse Thybulle via a sign-in trade, alongside a substantial draft haul including a 2028 first-rounder, a 2029 first-rounder, a 2030 reversal of a prior first-round swap, a 2031 protected first-rounder, and an $11.9 million trade exception. Shedon Sharpe is highlighted as the centerpiece, representing a high-ceiling wing with undeniable talent despite his current inexperience. Scoot Henderson adds value as a dynamic point guard with massive upside, fitting the profile of the type of young prospect Milwaukee reportedly seeks to anchor a rebuild. Kris Murray serves as a salary filler, while Thybulle provides veteran defensive capability. The draft capital is significant, offering 4 first-round picks over 4 years plus swap rights, providing Milwaukee with flexibility for both immediate drafting and future acquisitions. This package is viewed as more competitive than offers from other suitors, such as Miami's reported 3-pick deal or Golden State's offer, because it integrates tangible young talent alongside draft assets. It offers 2 high-upside prospects, potentially surpassing Minnesota's package, which offers only 1. The primary uncertainty remains Giannis's willingness to commit long-term to the West Coast, as reports suggest he may not favor that region. However, if his preferences are flexible, Portland emerges as a dark horse candidate. Furthermore, the Trail Blazers' move makes sense, instantly shifting their trajectory from patient development to immediate contention by pairing Giannis with their existing young core. For Milwaukee, the package provides the necessary foundation for a proper rebuild: 2 high-upside guards, substantial draft flexibility, and the trade exception. Although elements like the protected 2031 pick limit its immediate value, the core components, Henderson, Sharpe, and the 4 first-rounders, are legitimately competitive. Portland has successfully balanced young talent and draft capital in a way that makes this trade a serious consideration for Milwaukee. The Milwaukee Bucks are reportedly ready to entertain trade offers for superstar Giannis Antetokounmpo following an ultimatum from ownership: either secure a contract extension this summer or face a trade. This potential shift in the trade landscape is emerging as the NBA offseason approaches, with the Bucks actively seeking young, blue-chip talent and surplus draft picks, according to reports from ESPN's Shams Charania, ahead of the 2026 NBA Draft Combine. Antetokounmpo had previously asked out of Milwaukee ahead of the trade deadline without a deal, but the circumstances surrounding the trade market have reportedly changed. While teams like the San Antonio Spurs, Houston Rockets, and Oklahoma City Thunder were not initially interested at the deadline, speculation is mounting about whether their positions will change, especially if they fall short of a championship. Several potential trade packages have been analyzed, showcasing the complex maneuvering involved in such a high-profile transaction. One proposed deal for the Bucks to acquire Tyler Herro, Kel'el Ware, Kasparas Jakušionis, a 2026 first-round pick, a 2030 first-rounder, and a 2032 first-rounder targets assets that could bolster their future flexibility. Another scenario involves the Miami Heat, where Giannis could be traded for Taurean Prince, with Miami possessing valuable first-round picks, including the number 13 overall pick for the current year. Other potential configurations include a deal for the Bucks to receive Evan Mobley, Sam Merrill, and future first-round picks, though this is complicated by current salary constraints. The Cleveland Cavaliers are mentioned as a potential destination, contingent on them being able to navigate salary apron restrictions. A three-team trade framework involving the Boston Celtics, Hawks, and Bucks was also explored, with Jaylen Brown potentially moving to Atlanta in exchange for Giannis, offering the Celtics a championship contender and the Bucks future assets. Further options include a package for the Bucks involving Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, and others, which would provide the team with flippable assets, although it lacks a blue-chip prospect. The Trail Blazers were also cited as a potential partner, with a deal involving Jerami Grant, Scoot Henderson, and Yang Hansen in exchange for Antetokounmpo, potentially sparking a bidding war. Conversely, the Knicks are mentioned in a hypothetical trade involving Giannis, Miles Turner, and Kyle Kuzma, though analysts suggest it might be too high a price for Milwaukee given Antetokounmpo's injury history. Finally, alternative scenarios include the Orlando Magic pursuing a package centered around Paolo Banchero, and the Charlotte Hornets potentially offering a significant collection of picks, along with players like Miles Bridges, Tree Man, and Josh Green, to entice the Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are facing an existential crisis regarding the future of Giannis Antetokounmpo, putting immense pressure on the front office heading into the 2026 offseason. With the number 10 overall pick, the franchise has a rare opportunity to reshape its roster, but sources indicate that simply drafting for the future may no longer suffice if the organization intends to convince Giannis that another championship run is achievable in Wisconsin. The 2025-26 season served as a harsh reality check, with the Bucks finishing 32-50 and landing in 11th place in the East. The team struggled significantly, characterized by an outdated offense, averaging only 110.6 points per game, and a concerning defense that allowed 116.8 points per contest. Despite Giannis's superstar output, the supporting cast was deemed slow and inconsistent, signaling a dangerous drift toward irrelevance. Giannis Antetokounmpo's impact on the franchise and the league is undeniable. Since joining Milwaukee in 2013, he has evolved into an NBA icon, securing multiple MVPs, Defensive Player of the Year awards, and leading the team to a championship in 2021. He has been instrumental in transforming Milwaukee into a destination basketball franchise. However, as Giannis turns 31, the reality of age and accumulated physical wear demands a different approach. To secure his long-term commitment, the Bucks must demonstrate an absolute obsession with winning, moving beyond sentimentality. The proposed solution centers on a high-stakes trade targeting Devin Booker. This move is framed as a necessary, albeit expensive and risky, maneuver. Booker is seen as the perfect complement to the team, immediately addressing the Bucks' offensive deficiencies by providing elite perimeter shot creation, which was a major weakness last season. Furthermore, the pairing of Giannis and Booker is projected to create devastating offensive geometry. Defenders tasked with containing Giannis will leave Booker operating against compromised coverage, opening up diverse offensive options that the Bucks have lacked since the height of the Giannis-Middleton partnership. Crucially, trading the number 10 pick for an established All-NBA talent like Booker is intended to signal clear desperation and urgency to Giannis. This move communicates that the front office understands the immediate need for a transformative offensive upgrade, contrasting sharply with the perceived safety of drafting a developmental prospect. The trade is positioned not as a gamble on future potential, but as a necessary step to maximize the present and ensure the Bucks remain a legitimate contender.